So I wanted to work on another project to make my own rebate plane, rabbet plane. I have my record 78. It works wonderfully well, but there is a different, like it's a different feeling when you make your own tool. So I'll be making one using the Paul Sellers, like poor man's rebate plane technique. So I already have my stock like almost rough cut, not really rough cut. I have also like dimensioned like this side, this stock I have like planed it, marked it. This side is 90-degree. My registration faces same with this one. So this one I have, in my case, it's 1 1/4, maybe 32nd over that. This is 2 3/4. This one I was telling as 1 1/4, and this length is, in my case, it's 11, but I haven't made it 90 degrees. So I think the like around 10-inch works just fine. Then this will be the wedge. In my case, I have kept it like wider than I need. Better to have it wide, slightly wider than less, because the blade that I'm going to use, I mean, in his case, he had used like a, I mean, 1/2 inch chisel is like a, will work on most occasions. I'm not using a chisel, but I have like got this tool steel. I think I got from Granger. This is a 1/2 inch tool steel. So this needs to be at least 1/2 inch. So I have it 3/4 right now, and so 3/4 inch thick. This is not like this side is wider, this is less. The lesser part is 2 3/8. I don't need that much, but I have it. And this also I need a round length of 10. It's over 10. So this is the stock I'm starting with. So that's what I'm going to do. And then this one, it says it is oil hardened, but eventually, like before the final this thing, I'm going to work on hardening this. Let me see how I can cut this. The edges are sharp, so let me bring a file. I mean, I have to work on the bevel, but before that, like just to help with handling, I don't want, I mean, this is a safety. And around 25 degrees maybe I will start with. I mean, I could go to my grinder also, but let's see. Yeah, my file, I can use my file on it, like so. To set an approximate angle is like, I will, let's say I'm targeting 25 degrees. So again, this need not be like super accurate or anything like that right now. So I'll use a pen so that it's visible. That's my 25 degree. And let me just set around 25 degrees. So if I set it this way, I'm trying to eyeball it. So if I go now like horizontal, again, lot of like approximation there, I should be maintaining that angle. I'll try to do a quick check of like what angle I am. I am right now at 23 degrees. I can steepen the angle slightly, which means even if I keep it at that same approximate angle, I mean, this is fine. I have raised it slightly. It's too high. I mean, it doesn't matter as much, but almost. Wow, it's hot. So I've got the bevel. This is like a chisel now. I mean, not sharp. I will come back to the sharpening later. That's something to start with. Yeah, this is now close to actually 28, I think. 28 degrees or something. Very nice. I mean, it's not uniform. That's fine. I can work on that one. I will round off this part so that it's more comfortable to my hands. I can work on that later. Yeah, we'll continue on this. Working on some layout offline, off camera, because I had to go back and forth to see whether I'm doing it right. So I will go over that, what I have done. So this is the stock. So I have noted this is the heel. I've written it here, heel. This is the toe. So heel is like towards the hand, like in a plane or anything. This is the heel. Toe is on the front. So it goes this way. Now from the heel, I have drawn like a 45 degree line here. That's going to be the, like, basically where the, so here I've drawn a pencil line. I haven't yet drawn the knife line. I'll do that. So that's basically going to be the bedding angle, like this. Then there is going to be a wedge, so like this. So to get the other side, Paul Sellers, what he did, he first worked on a template. For that template is like 1 to 4.55 ratio or 2:9 ratio. So basically, like on a scrap piece of wood, this is not scrap, I could very well use this for my wedge. But if you are working with a chisel instead of a steel bar like I am, if you are using a chisel, the problem with chisels, not problem, like all chisels almost, like they are like thicker here and tapering towards this end. So that's how the chisels are. So you may have to work on the actual wedge that is slightly different angle. For me, I think I can use this one. So, but what he did basically, or what we need to do is here. So this is the template. So 2 inches and this is 9. So that's the ratio for the wedge. So from this point tapering end, approximately 1 inch. These are not super definitive, but that's what he has done. So 1 inch from there, that's where I will try to keep this end line up with that 45 degree line, like this. I've drawn it already, so I'm just showing it what I've done. So here I've drawn a pencil line here. That's not what we want to cut our recess to. So I put this here. Now in case of a chisel, it's hard to do that because either this handle will catch or this is tapering. So I'll show you how to do that with a chisel. But in this case, like, I keep this here, and if this is parallel, basically like this line would be parallel to the wedge really. So that's what I've drawn, like one more line there. But if it were like a chisel, we have to take out the wedge, use that first line that we did, line up the chisel, eyeball that, and do it here, draw the other line. Now one more thing with bevel-less chisels, not like usually the bevel-less chisels also have like a bevel on this side, so hard to rest this way. So I think the chisels that have like this square side here, I don't know what they are called, framing or like not framing, registered, something like that chisel, so they may work better here. But this thing, obviously I have an advantage, I believe, I hope. So yeah, so those are the lines I have drawn. Now this first 45 degree line that I had drawn, I have squared that across, like from this point, like a square line here and here. But on this one, the other line here where the wedge is going to sit, this angle is not going to be 90 degrees. This is slightly going into this towards the toe, if I can say. So this angle is like 100 degree on the other obtuse side, and this side 80 degree, however you take it. So that's what I have set that angle on my protractor. And actually this side I marked it here, and the other side I have just used that, set that angle on a bevel gauge and have set it there. And then how deep this is the recess is going to be, that's around half an inch, because that's what the thickness of this is. So I have used a marking gauge to mark this, and I will mark the depth now, which I haven't done. Same on this side. Highlight that with a pencil. Now I can go and like I went over that a few times because I'm going to this is the 45-degree one, so it's this thing is 90 degrees. Now this other angle, I have actually set my this bevel gauge to that, and I will use that like to mark the other angle. So this angle was it the same? So here I will just use my protractor because I had set that angle. That side, and now this side I have to switch the protractor to the 100 degrees, like 100 to 80, so that I can register my protractor. That should be good. Now it's time to chop the recess. Creating the step down to use my saw. This is on the 45-degree line first. Bad axe. So it's a larger saw which I don't necessarily need for this one, but just fun. Now I could go straight to the line, but I could come with the chisel also. So let's see. I'll try to slightly angle away. Tell you what, I was going right up against the line. I intentionally towards the end came like a little bit away so that I could come back with a chisel. But this saw is like, feels so nice to my hands. Now same thing on the other side. Now this one, the angle is like this way, this side tapering, but I will start like getting this straight line first without factoring in the rake. So start, I'm dropping my saw slowly. I was a little bit away from the line, which is fine. I will come back, and now I'm trying to take the bulk of the waste. Yeah, this is now good. So what I'm trying to do here is so this is the 90-degree side. Since I've got to start this way. Yeah, I can't see any gaps there. That's nice. Now on the other side, I just have to clean up. Now this angle I'm yet to plane this. You see there is no gap here on this one, no gap on this side of the blade. I think this has come out pretty nice. So what I have to do now is like plane this wedge so that it's commensurate with the angle that I have kept here, so that when I tap this in, when I tap the wedge instead of like coming out, it gets right into that one. So that's what I'm going to do. So without this thing, when I'm putting it here, I think it's working out fine. See, there is no, this is like dovetailed inside, if that's the right word there. Yeah, nice, it's coming out nice. I'll come back tomorrow. It needs concentration, so take a break.